everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today I'm here with my final review of the OnePlus NORD N10 5G. Say that 3 times fast in conversation. I don't know where they come up with these names, but either way, that's not why I'm here. We're here to talk about the actual phone. And I think that for $299, it's a pretty good deal for what you can get here in the United States, especially since this one is available on carriers like T-Mobile. It's got 5G. Yes, I know that a lot of you are probably eye-rolling really hard about 5G as a selling point. I kind of am too, just not on video. But there are reasons for it, like the expanded network capability, because a lot of places where new towers are going up, they're emphasizing 5G. So in emerging markets, 5G is actually really important for people who didn't previously have access to networks like T-Mobile. So it is important, not just because of the speed. But anyway, it's in here. 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, stereo speakers, and a 90 hertz refresh rate on the screen. So OnePlus did a lot of good things here, and there's some things that are but we're going to talk about all that in this video. But before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button, and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's take a look at the new NORD. So the NORD N10 5G is a little bit different when it comes to the world of OnePlus. We've had them in the United States for a while now. I think the first OnePlus phone I ever got was the OnePlus 6T. Very good phone. And the OnePlus 7 Pro, I flew all the way to New York to go to the event for that one. Really excited about it. It was cool. And then the 7T, the 8, the 8T, the 8 Pro, and then you got the NORD series. So the NORD series is kind of a budget tier, kind of mid-tier phone. They've still got their flagship killer, like more powerful phones that cost you a lot more money. But at $299, especially when this hit the market, really was kind of refreshing because, yeah, there were phones that were kind of angling towards that mid-tier, budget tier price point, but they didn't have 5G, which is a really big selling point for 2020, 2021, and they've got it in here with the Snapdragon 690. Very formidable processor. I really kind of wish that they would have done something in the 7 series, but then it probably wouldn't be $299. So there's some give and take there. Now, as far as day-to-day usage and everything you want to do with it, it works perfectly fine. You can use Pinterest, you can use Instagram, you can use Twitter, you can use all your social media stuff. There are no real issues there at all as far as day-to-day performance. The typing experience is perfectly good. The haptic vibration is not as amazing as I'd like it to be, but typically when you get phones that are under about $500, the haptic feedback is not the best in the world. The camera setup, it's got a 64 megapixel primary camera, an 8 megapixel wide angle, and then a 2 megapixel depth sensor and a 2 megapixel macro lens camera, so you can take those up close and personal shots. Really, when it comes to the 2 megapixel macro lens, I'm not really sold on it. I wish it were a 5. The 5, you can actually take meaningful photos. This one, not that good. I was really not impressed with the photos that I took with it. Now, the regular camera, the 64 megapixel camera, works great. I took some really good pictures with it and was really impressed. And you can check out the whole video right here. I did a whole video on the vlog and the camera capabilities, and you can see some of the great pictures that this thing took. So I really think they nailed it in that department. Even with the video, the microphone quality on the videos, very, very good. It's capable of shooting 4K at 30 frames per second on the primary camera. So it's not so much that they skimped out on features on the phone. Now, the macro lens camera, yeah. Does it not have a 7 series Snapdragon? Yeah. But does it have 5G? Does it have a 90 hertz refresh rate so you get that nice smooth scrolling experience and so you can get the reduced motion blur for playing games and watching movies? Yes. Does it have a headphone jack? Sure does. It has 30 watt charging. It's got USB-C. It's got pretty much everything you could ask for in a nice, inexpensive budget phone. Now, when it comes to the phone quality itself, it seems to be perfectly good. The buttons are a little on the plasticky side. Like, they definitely feel plasticky when you press them. Like, you can hear that. Like, the volume rocker really makes it not feel all that premium. But the phone itself, I think it feels pretty nice. It feels pretty sleek. It's running Android 10. Now, here's one point of contention that I have. When it comes to the regular OnePlus devices, like the 7, the 8, all that good stuff, they're very, very quick with their updates. They're already running Android 11. This one's still running Android 10. It has not got the Android 11 update yet, and to my knowledge is not on the same update refresh cycle as the primary phone. So they definitely find ways of making you feel like this is a budget OnePlus phone. However, When you look at the rest of the market in the United States, around $300, this competes really well. And a lot of the pictures hold up almost as well as they do with the Pixel 4a, which comes in at $350. So they did a lot of good things. It's even got a physical fingerprint sensor on the back, which I do like. We'll go ahead and test that out. You can see it's pretty decent when it comes to unlocking. Sometimes though, you do have to press it a little on the, kind of have to press it kind of hard sometimes to get it to activate. And I especially noticed that when I started putting a case on it. So I actually have this Spigen case that I bought with my own money. It's actually a really good case for this phone, but the thing is you really have to make solid contact, and sometimes you have to press a little firm. I don't know if it's just my phone, but that's something that I noticed when using it. The speakers are really good. I do enjoy that. It really makes it feel nice when you're watching video. And what's great about that is it has a 4300 milliamp battery, which with an LCD screen and a Snapdragon 690 processor is plenty to get you through the day. And they also kind of lower the battery, I think, to keep the profile very, very slim. It is a very sleek and slim phone, and I totally dig the color that's on here. It's called Midnight Ice. But what they should have said is Midnight Ice Fuzzy, because it shows everything. Like, it shows fingerprints, it shows, especially if you get dust and stuff on there, like dust you put in your pocket with no case, this thing can start to look kind of like real quick. But when it's clean and there's not fuzz and fingerprints on it, it looks really, really nice. And you've got the big OnePlus logo there on the back as well. And of course, they kind of emulated the new modern thing with the camera bump, which the camera bump, you can hear that on the desk there. As you're typing on it, it does kind of wobble just a little bit. It's not as bad as the bigger phones that have those huge camera bumps, but still is noticeable. Also, it's got Bluetooth 5.1 and it's got a 16 megapixel front-facing selfie camera, which you can see has got the hole cut out up there in the top left, which is kind of up and out of the way. I've kind of got used to that. I like that it's not overly large, but it's not as small as far as some of the peepholes go with the newer phones, but around $300, I think that it's perfectly fine. And then it also has facial recognition technology, so you can unlock it that way. So yeah, that's about it. If you look at other stuff that's on the market, like the Redmi Note 10 Pro that just came out that's under $300, maybe this doesn't look like as amazing of a deal. But you have to take into perspective stuff that comes out here in the US versus what's available overseas. If the Redmi Note 10 Pro came out in the United States, it would cost more money. The import taxes and all that stuff, it wouldn't be under $300. You would be paying more. And then also, if you're concerned about getting 5G, and also some people have concerns about the reputability of brands, we really kind of have gotten used to OnePlus over here. We trust them. We believe that they're going to provide software updates and that their phones are going to work. So there is a sense of security that you get being able to walk in and pick one of these up at T-Mobile, or being able to pick one up at least from their website and ordering one and knowing that's going to work on your network. You don't have to worry about that. If you pick it up, it's a GSM unlocked phone, you get the T-Mobile phone, you get 5G, you're not going to have to worry. And the Snapdragon 690 is a perfectly good processor. It's just not as flashy. And if you want flashy, you're going to have to pay more money. That's just how things work when it comes to smartphones. At $299, I think they loaded this one out pretty well. I think that it brings a lot to the table. And I think if you're in the market for a $300 phone that's going to work for a couple of years, it's going to take good pictures, it's going to get you through the day, and looks nice and gives you that 90 hertz refresh rate. It's great for kids, teenagers, if they want a cheap gaming phone for PUBG or Call of Duty Mobile. It handles those really, really well. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments regarding the full review I have on the OnePlus NORD N10 5G, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.